Welcome inside the locker room, boys and girls, alongside, you know the face, you know the name, Mike Maahs, play-by-play voice, one of the many talented play-by-play voices of the Fort Wayne TinCaps, joins us here in studio to talk all things Fort Wayne TinCaps baseball here in TinChattin. And Mike, same story, just a different week. Split with Lansing last week on the road. First couple of games of the Great Lakes series, they lose 2, win 1. So we've talked about it all year. We're beating a dead horse at this point, but the theme of consistently inconsistent continues, and they just can't seem to string together. One really good performance followed by a not-so-great performance. They just can't seem to string anything together, really. I
know it's frustrating to the players. It's frustrating to all of us. The fans, thank God, they are still supporting the team, and hopefully that will never end. But the TinCaps are, oh so close, yet oh so far. They start play today in the basement in the Eastern Division of High East Central, 37-44.
Yep.
They're 8 games behind Great Lakes. Now, the Loons took 5 out of 6 when they came to Fort Wayne. They've won 2 of the first 3 games up at Dow Diamond. That means they're 7-2 against Fort Wayne. You flip the script, and the TinCaps are in 2nd place in the division if the roles were reversed. So that's how close the team is coming to putting it together. And yet the reality is they're 8 games out of 1st place, and we are now in the final third of this 120-game season.
Yeah, and so obviously it's going to take something magical, and you never know with baseball, anything can happen, but it's going to take something magical for the TinCaps to sneak their way into that championship series at the end of the year. They still got some time to do it, but Mike, recently, despite the overall inconsistency of the team, we've seen some really outstanding individual, not only outstanding, but record-breaking individual performances from Fort Wayne.
And we go back to 2 nights ago, Grant Little, and he's been either in the leadoff spot or in the 2 spot in the batting order, and he did something that no TinCap has done before, and that is steal 5 bases in a game. Top of the 1st inning, he walks to start the game, steals 2nd, steals 3rd, and then comes home on the front half of a double steal to get the TinCaps on the board. Reached base in the 2nd inning, stole 2nd base. His 3rd time up, he got on base, stole 2nd base. All those stolen bases came in the first 3 innings. And again, breaking a record set by former Fort Wayne Wizard outfielder Jeremy Owens.
On the pitching side of things, Mike, we've talked about the individual performances at the plate and on the bases, but Danny Denz, the reigning High A Central Pitcher of the Week with, the numbers speak for themselves, and I'm sure you can rattle some of those off, but just a guy who really kind of came out of nowhere for this team and is throwing the ball exceptionally well.
Pitched extremely well, not once but twice at Lansing last week, which is why he got the award. A combined 9 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. Danny now has a earned run average of 2.20 in 5 starts. And he's pitching at 4 and 5 innings at a stretch. Again, that durability, that consistency that we've talked about all year long. Danny right now, perhaps the best pitcher on the staff.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, we didn't know a whole lot about Danny Denz a couple of weeks ago, and our viewers probably still don't know a whole lot about Danny Denz, so we're going to try to change that tonight. Danny Denz is our special guest in TinChattin this week. He's from the Chicago area, diehard Cubs fan growing up, went to the University of Memphis, had a great career there. We cover all those things and much more with Danny this week in TinChattin.
It's awesome. Honestly, I didn't even know I won it until AC told me the morning of our bus ride, so that was pretty cool. Just told my family and everything, and everybody was super pumped. I have a lot of buddies back at home that have been keeping up with me, and it's been really cool. I feel like it's given me confidence for sure. I just like to go out there and compete, have fun. That's me. It's a game. That's all I want to do. And just having my family behind me, my friends, my girlfriend, that just truly helps me with playing professional baseball, being out here, knowing that I have that support system to back me up.
Yeah. So walk us through kind of your journey through the sport. How you when you first started playing baseball, and then kind of again your path to get to the Padres organization.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I started when I was young. My dad got me into it around 4 years old. Started playing through there. Once I got into high school, I mean, everybody kept telling me I had a shot to go play college, and I made the most of it. I committed to the University of Memphis verbally in my beginning of my junior year, and then went to Memphis all 4 years. That was a great time. I mean, just learned so much about myself as a baseball player and as a person. And just once senior year hit, I mean, I was looking for a promising season for myself and for the team as a whole. But since once COVID hit and we got shut down, I just had to make do with what I had. And then once during June, once the draft hit, got a call once free agency hit from the Padres, and they were my first call of the morning. And I previously built really good relationship with the area scout, and had a couple decent amount of phone calls with them, a Zoom meeting with the Padres, and I just thought it was the best fit for me. And I went on and took that offer, and it leads me to right here. So I was happy with how that was going, and I'm super happy to be a Padre right now.
I'm guessing growing up in the Chicago area, you were either a Cubs or a White Sox fan growing up.
Yeah, a huge Cubs fan growing up.
Okay. What's that like when you grow up rooting for a team and like you passionately follow a team, and then all of a sudden you're drafted, or not drafted but you're signed by a different team in a competing organization? I guess how does that work? Do you just have to like instantly flip a switch where like, okay, I can't root or follow the Cubs anymore? Or is there part of you that still like roots for them and wants them to succeed?
Yeah, I mean, that was the trickiest thing. It's like this is a team I followed my whole life, and then getting signed by the Padres, it was like I kind of have to open a new door, close that one. Like, yeah, of course I hope the Cubs do well. I mean, that's the part of my life, but I'm full Padres and everything, and it was kind of hard for my dad because of I think it was the '84 playoff series. He's like, with the whole Padres and Cubs, and it went down to like the last. I don't even remember what he said, but he's like, I guess I'll be a Padres fan now because you signed with them. So
appreciate Danny taking some time for us this week. Mike, always good to have some Glasses Gang. You and I are both proudly a part of. Always good to have some representation in professional sports. With his Instagram name, I believe, is Fear the Gogs. And as someone who used to rock the rec specs in Little League, I can appreciate Danny and Justin and all those out there who are rocking the specs, putting on for guys like me and Mike. Looking ahead to next week, another, it's always fun when the rival comes to town, when South Bend comes to town, but a little bit extra on the table in terms of this series next week. We've got an interesting potential matchup on Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Yeah, we do. And what we're talking about is former Fort Wayne TinCap pitcher Anderson Espinoza was traded to the Cubs organization. He made his South Bend debut earlier this week. And if the cards fall, as right now we think they will, we could very well see Espinoza on the mound at Parkview Field, where he made a few starts, Tuesday night, possibly Wednesday, probably Tuesday. And in all likelihood, if he starts Tuesday, he may come back on Sunday in the series finale.
So if you didn't get to see Espinoza pitch when he was a TinCap, still one, potentially two opportunities to do so at Parkview Field next week. Mike, always appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
That is Mike Maahs, play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne TinCaps. My name is Peter Hood. We again appreciate you making us a part of your Friday night. And we'll see you same time, same place next week in TinChattin. Stick around, though. Still much more locker room coming up after this break. We're talking college football, Purdue, IU, Ball State, and the Men's City Golf Tournament. It's all coming up next here in the locker room.